is being investigated for perjury. Well, just before we came on air, I spoke to Tommy Sheridan and the News of the World Scottish editor Bob Bird. I began by asking Mr Sheridan why he wanted to continue his campaign.
Well, let's put it this way, John. We're talking about an organisation that despises everything I stand for. I'm a socialist, I'm a trade unionist. I believe in opposing illegal wars. The News of the World and the Sun are part of the Murdoch empire. They despise trade unionists and socialists. That's why they're attacking me. This is part and parcel of a political assault. And when big bullies like the News of the World come after you, you have to stand and fight. We proved they were liars in court when we won our 5-week court case 2 months ago, but we're going to have to prove that they're liars again.
Right, well, Bob Bird, he says the paper is lying and that you're big bullies. Your response?
Well, this case has got nothing to do with politics, it's got nothing to do with trade unions, it's just purely that Mr Sheridan has told lies for 2 years and he lied in court, and that's the only reason this is going on, and that's the only reason this tape has now come to light.
Tommy Sheridan, do you categorically deny that it's your voice on the tape?
Categorically deny that I was involved in that tape. They may have my voice and they may have inserted my voice in a tape, but then again, who framed Roger Rabbit?
Let's just clarify. It may be your voice, but it came out in a way that you do not associate with. You were not at that meeting and did not say those words in that order.
I certainly was at no meeting in relation to the creation of this particular audio tape, and at the end of the day what they have done is they have concocted a spliced version of a tape which may include my voice but certainly includes someone else's voice. Bob Bird knows that. That's why they've sat in this for 8 weeks desperately trying to get it verified, and they haven't been able to.
Do you have more? Is there more to come out? And have you given what you've got to the police?
Well, I'd like to say on the tape specifically, we've been having it analysed for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and we've published at the earliest possible opportunity, but we had this analysed by the best experts we could find in the UK and in America, and I spoke to Professor Peter French in York today after Mr Sheridan's press conference, and he said frankly that Mr Sheridan's suggestion that the tape had been spliced together was science fiction.
Have you given the tape to the police? Have they now got a copy of it?
We're going to see the police on Thursday. We wrote to them last week to say that we wanted to hold a meeting to discuss all the evidence we had, and that has now been set up for Thursday. You don't need to write to them, Bob, just give them it. Yeah, no, we'll quite happily give it to them, because science and technology will prove that you've been lying.
Well, certainly you couldn't prove it, Bob, because everybody knows that you're a liar. Your paper is a liar. Your organisation tells lies regularly for a living. It's an anti-trade union rag, and that's why you're coming after the Solidarity Party, because you despise socialists. Now, at the end of the day, we'll fight you on whatever ground possible. We fought you in court, and we beat you, and we'll fight you in the street, and we'll beat you.
Bob Bird, has the News of the World got it in for Tommy Sheridan?
I say not at all. As I said before, this is purely based on the fact that Mr Sheridan's been telling lies for the last two years, and this tape categorically proves that he's been doing that. And that is backed up by scientists. The court didn't agree with you, Bob. You got beat. Pay up. Well, when will you pay your money, Bob? You owe me 200,000, pal. You managed to pull the wool over the eyes of a jury, but you won't be able to pull the wool over the eyes of scientists.
Oh.
So you are giving the tape to the police.
Working class people. You're a disgrace.
Giving the tape to the police on Thursday. Next Sunday, is there any real proof?
There's more of the tape coming out on Sunday, yes, and I'd like to say to Mr Sheridan that it's a working class man, George McNeilage, who gave us that tape.
And will you see Mr Sheridan in that tape? Do you actually see evidence of him?
Bob?
Bob Bird, do you see him? Do you actually see Tommy Sheridan in that tape, or is it still voice?
You see him fleetingly. You've seen the best visual images there are of him, but it's categorically his voice. It's categorically his voice, as several experts have already said.
Tommy Sheridan, if it's lies, are you going to take out an injunction? You're going to try and stop publication? Are you going to sue them?
John, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until they pay the 200,000 they already owe us, and then we may consider taking them to court again. What's the use of taking a mob like this to court when they don't even pay up? We've got a situation here where Mr Bird is a proven liar, his paper is a proven liar, and all they're trying to do is destroy us politically. But we've got news for them. They won't destroy me politically, and they won't destroy me personally.
Are you going to pay up?
Well, no, I believe that there's, in this perjury investigation, there will be only one person that ends up in jail, and that will be Mr Sheridan.
Bob Bird, Tommy Sheridan, thank you both very much for talking to us.